Okay. You ready now?
Yeah, we're doing it?
Yeah, it's actually happening.
You know what would be really cool if we got music?
We had an intro?
That'd be real cool.
We'll sing.
We should probably tell you who we are.
Oh, yeah. This is a couple of Sassholes, and I'm Heather Terry.
And I am Brooklyn Maple.
Yes.
And this is a good time to talk about true crime, fucked up stories, and things that make you giggle.
Yes. Whatever. All that and more. You're looking
Brought to you right now.
Yeah. By Caffeine.
And thank you for pressing play.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Really appreciate that. It's really cool when we go from 15 to 16. I'm kidding. Am I? I don't know.
I don't know either. I am sleepy, though. I just got really tired.
Well, that was aggressively the wrong time.
I know, right?
I really would have preferred that you had held that in.
I know. Maybe I'll stand up and do it.
Oh, okay. I mean, to each their own.
I know. So we just got back from Mexico. How long ago was that?
I don't fucking know.
Like a
9
week?
days?
Over a week?
Over a week.
Yeah. So we came back more pale because the sun.
Oh my God. Mexico did us dirty in a lot of different ways. Firstly, we saw 8 minutes of sun, and in those 8 minutes, we both got burned. I don't know how.
I don't either.
I really don't. It's because we didn't have sunblock on because it was literally raining.
I
the
still
whole
have
time.
it on.
I don't think
But
I
I
had any
burn.
on. Yeah.
So
Ginger nugget.
fake ginger nugget, but
I know.
the skin tone does match. That is true.
We just kind of.
It's a large time.
Yes.
It's just
I'm not going to act like this shit that happened didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, we got there, and first, the second we get to the... Well, we notice whenever we're getting there, number one, we have the worst flights in the world, so just bear with your fucking shittiness of those flights. And then we get there, and the second we get out of the transfer, we're like, it smells horrible.
oh yeah,
It, like, knocked you in the face.
hot crab cakes.
Yes.
Ugh.
Oh my God. Because there was seaweed that was all over the beach, so we couldn't access the beach. And there were times truly when the smell was so bad, it would make you gag. It would be like really hard to breathe. And that was just.
We were wearing our masks like
Yeah,
it was
just to wear 'em.
2020,
Yeah.
like March of 2020, wearing our masks just so we could smell our own breath and not the seaweed.
Yes, it was bad. It was real bad. Our AC didn't really work in the room, so all of our shit was really wet whenever we left and like just sweating. Like I slept with no covers on.
Yeah, same.
We were just sitting there watching a movie and I was like sweating. So. Fuck that place. What was the place? I need to remember the name because I specifically want to say it sucked.
Princess Yucatan something.
Yeah.
Playa del Carmen?
Yeah. Ooh, I liked the way you.
I was
did the
very
vocals on
confident in
that. I
that.
felt it.
Yes.
It reflected and it showed.
It did, which as it should.
Yes.
But anyway.
So that sucked, but we're back. Funny things did happen. Many funny things happened.
Yeah, we stayed next to probably the reason why OnlyFans got created.
100%. So first we thought they were. I thought they were influencers, like just you
I did
know
too.
for like what's that shitty clothing? No.
Slut.com.
No, the one where Fashion Nova.
Like Cardi B used to do.
Yeah, crushed it. Like they would be Fashion Nova influencers.
Yeah.
And then we realized that they are not rated PG-13.
No, yeah. Bottles, videos were made, bottles were put
Shoved in places.
We were fortunate enough to miss that show, but our friend that we
Just saw
met
that
there.
penis.
Wow. The old man. I saw old man Wayne. He was very proud of it,
He was so proud of it.
and I don't know why.
And I had so Heather was in the peen shot. Like you.
I was like, I didn't know where you were.
I didn't know where I was going either.
You looked at me so weird. Heather was
I
in
didn't
the,
know-
You just said Heather was in the peen, and I'm like, she wasn't. Well, she wasn't.
So she was in the the spot where you could see it, and she just her jaw dropped, and I was like, "What?" And then I look over, and that's right whenever I see the intro to Pinocchio's nose, and I was like, "What?" Oh my God! And then Heather continued to, because once you look, you can't look away. But the guy was grossing me out because he was 60 something. You could tell he hit the gym, but he also hit the bush lights, and he was being really gross to these really gross looking girls. These
were
girls,
probably 21 in a day.
maybe no, I don't know. They all looked dirty.
Yeah,
you know,
if hope crabs can't swim because they definitely swam over to our swim up. If they can. I know. I can't help it. I don't think they can. We don't have crabs. Why are you looking?
I don't know. It was just a bummer bear. Like,
yeah.
Knowing that we were, oh my. And then that one guy that we met who was talking about the coochie.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun though. But you tell people those stories and they think we stayed at like Temptation Island or something. And I'm like, it was all 35 plus,
I know,
except for those nasties and then a couple creeps. But all in all, it's like we were the youngest people.
Yeah. But apparently people just be like going to Pound Town and like the main pool. And I'm like, what are we in South Beach? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess when you're young and carefree, and I'm hoping that's excessively drunk here you're doing. I didn't
inhibition free.
Yeah, I'm okay with going to jail technically.
Yeah. Ew. Anyway, chlorine.
Yeah, they did say that they poured a lot of chlorine in the pools, like a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm glad our swimsuits still have color. Oh, okay. And then another thing, we saw a freaking drunk driver. That was the crazy shit on the way.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So we were driving to Nashville from Owensboro at midnight. So we'd wake up at midnight. It was a very hard fucking day, guys. I just want you to all feel sorry for us as we went to our 4-star resort in Mexico and had to wake up and not get enough sleep. I just want you guys to feel sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna lay some first world problems.
Yeah, at 3:28 a.m. on whatever highways. No, because this fucker, it was so bad. I've never seen such bad drunk driving in my life. So
it was bad.
It was a Saturday morning at 3:30 in the morning, essentially. And Heather's like, whoa, watch this car. And I was like, they have to see me. And she was like, watch them. And so I slowed down a little bit. They were in between my lane and the lane next to us. And I was like, am I in their blind spot? And Heather was like, no, they have the sensors like your car that shows that you're fucking there. They just don't care. And I was like, heard. So I slow down. And you just watch him, just lazily kind of go between all 5 lanes.
It looked like they were driving with their feet.
Yeah.
With their eyes closed.
They never were in one lane the entire time. And then they get behind us. And I look in the rearview mirror because now at this point, like, there's more people behind us. So there's a little bit more fear in it. And he runs right off the road. Mm-hmm. And up into...
Like up a hill.
Up a hill.
Like a weird video you would see on TikTok.
Yes.
But in real life. It was wild. Luckily that cop came behind us because we were going to try to call somebody, but the cop sped past us. I'm sure they went straight to jail.
I'm sure. Mm-hmm. I was like, we were definitely trying to figure out where to freaking turn into the...
What was that? That's like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Like all that old game. Throwback.
Yeah, I guess. Isn't that the one that was like, ruining society?
The
along with
game?
Eminem. Eminem and that video game
ruined
everyone's life.
It was like 10-year-olds going and picking up hookers and shit.
Yeah,
like,
and then beating them. They get more money if they beat them.
Yeah.
Or like run over.
I forgot about that game. How bad.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh, the 90s. When was that? I think it was the 90s. We'll go with that.
I have no idea.
I could tell.
I didn't have that game.
Pop quiz.
My dad didn't let me watch Modern Family. You think I was playing games like that? What do you think was happening at the Maple Manor circa 95? Not that. I can tell you that.
I forgot your dad wouldn't let you watch that.
He's a sweet, sweet little soul.
Oh, Papa Bear.
Yeah. I'm sure that he would let me watch it now. 34.
You think so?
100%.
Okay. Just making sure. We'll ask him next time we're there.
Okay. But like, Dad, can I watch Modern Family now?
I know. Yes or no? Maybe.
He'd be like, I don't give a fuck what you do.
That's what my dad. That was really good.
Thank you.
That was a really good impression.
I worked my whole life for that.
Did you?
No.
Okay. Well, what else? Besides Cancun, we've been getting our life back on track.
Yeah, that's pretty much been what it's about.
Yeah.
Hydrating, eating vegetables.
I know. We're just basically walking chickpeas at this point.
Yeah, just fucking the epitome of health.
It is us. You say that.
So we are. Everything that we post is definitely #FitFam.
Yeah.
That's all
100%.
That's all I'm here for.
Yeah, so today we're not going to drink. We decided.
Or are we? Because I have 3 beverages.
We're not going to drink alcohol.
Right.
This is we can't even blame it on the alcohol. Usually we're like, we messed up because we're buzzed, and now we can't.
Yeah.
So this is
we're
raw dogging this one. We're raw dogging it, and just like me without my allergy meds. So
yeah. I'm proud. So we're not drinking mostly because we are recording earlier than we usually are.
Yes.
And I totally was like, I'm going to work out before and didn't because I'm charming. I don't want to say that I suck because I'm not throwing that negativity at myself.
Well, you don't suck.
I didn't work out this morning. So I am in my full outfit to go work out after this, but that also means that Mama Bear
I need you to describe it because we don't do videos.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I like it. I'm not lying. I'm serious.
I'm wearing bright orange Noble shoes, which are very, very comfortable if you haven't bought
Is it, how do you say it?
It's spelled no bull, like no bullshit, but it's also like noble.
Like, oh.
Yeah. So whenever you say it's like noble. But
wow.
Yeah, I know.
Sneaky sneaks, because that one went right over my head.
I see. But yeah, it's like no bullshit. So I really
got it.
Yeah. I love these shoes. I'm wearing everything else is from Fabletics. They are like mint green biker short. That's what they're, right? Spandex like shorts, yeah. And then a very, very bright hot pink bra.
I mean, yeah.
And then like a kind of white see-through
Like you
thing.
ain't hiding from nobody.
No.
Nobody.
I am bright and cheery.
I like it though.
Well, it helps that I just got a spray tan too, so I'm kind of feeling myself here. I'm like, who's tanned this girl?
Who's tan? I know. I'm so glad to get a spray tan again.
I had looked, and I thought I hadn't spray tanned in like 10 days. It was like 18 days.
It was a while.
It was more than 2 weeks.
I was waiting on you to come to that journey on your own. You usually come around.
Well, I had gone in to log in to figure out how to freeze my account, and I was like, it was like May 18th.
Yeah. I'm still annoyed about that girl that was sitting in there. When I went in there to sit, because people need lobby etiquette.
Yeah.
She sat one chair away from me, was playing a song at foghorn level, like she was drinking around a campfire in a cornfield. And it pissed me off so bad, and I was texting so loud with my nails to you. Like, come beat her up. I'm so mad. And you didn't, so I'm still...
What song was she playing?
Some country song. And she played it 3 times in a row. Like,
she's going through something.
Yeah, but in the lobby of Suntan City,
I mean,
though, like, I'm so mad at her.
I hear it, and I feel it.
Like, put headphones in.
I wonder that all the time. People are constantly acting like
that?
Headphones aren't a fucking invention.
I know. Why do they do that?
And you know what? You don't have... number one, I don't do that. So I don't know why they do that.
Why do they?
I don't know why they do it. Because I have headphones. And I like to put them in my ears. And I like to listen to things privately. I don't want everyone knowing what I'm listening to.
Go through her feels on her own.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, you don't have to have the expensive headphones.
I almost walked over to the store and bought her some and came back.
Like, Amazon Prime drone that shit over to you.
I wish we had that here. I mean, the whole day I have to wait. God.
Life is so hard. The Lincoln Lawyer. Have you seen that?
No, I started it. Nev Campbell is in it, right?
Yes.
I haven't made it to where she's there, but I love that they put her on the... She's only been on there for like 2 seconds, so I haven't seen that much.
Oh, she is perfection wrapped into fucking amazingness. I finished it.
Oh, so we're not friends anymore?
Apparently. It's our soft landing at night.
Oh.
Me and Travis just started watching it at night, and then...
And you just don't tell me?
And I guess I forgot until right now. I literally was like,
it's fine. I started that, which I'm glad to know that it's good.
It is really good. Have you seen the movie with Matthew McConaughey?
No, Will asked me the same thing.
Okay, so it's that movie redone to today, but like swapped out the people. Like they put, that main guy is
who is that guy?
I don't fucking know.
He's cute.
The one thing that they fucked up on, right? Like, let me just put it out there for anyone that's seeing it.
Spoiler alert or no?
The actor and his personality is awesome. No, it's not a spoiler alert. Because it's like the first episode, he was a surfer. And he had an accident. And he started taking, like, this is first episode, people, so don't fucking get mad at me. He started taking, like, Oxy for it.
Oh, they said
and he
that
was a lawyer.
First, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was a lawyer and then gets addicted, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But it's like, dude, you don't look like a fucking surfer.
He doesn't.
Not at all. Oh my God. So at one point, like, everyone embraced that I'm telling you this. You see him at some point in a wetsuit, like he's going to go surf. And I'm like, sir, go play soccer. Because that's what the fuck you look like you do.
Oh, yeah.
He does not look like he surfs. And it threw. Like, it was that one moment. It was literally like the last episode of the season. And I was like, Travis. And he goes, I see it too. He should not be surfing.
No.
Nope.
Not at all. I started watching, sorry, were you done? I feel like
I was, yeah. But if you see the movie with Matthew McConaughey, it has Ryan Felipe too. So it's just like fucking sexiness.
Yeah.
And Matthew McConaughey is a high power attorney.
I'm not mad about that cast.
So it's like, let's do this. It's a good time.
Yeah.
For the ladies' eyeballs. And the men's. The gay pride.
Ladies.
Gay pride.
It's faces like that I wish that we were on camera.
And I don't have make fun, so
no one else gets to enjoy what I just got to see.
Blessings. You know what we haven't done today?
What?
Is mention what our topic is today.
Oh, well.
And then she just said, okay.
I know.
So I did this, like I wrote it like so many different ways, like just what it is. Like, is it friendly killers?
Were you trying to be punny or you
I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to do.
Oh, well, since we just got back from Mexico on our best friend's trip, Brooklyn decided, it was your idea.
It was my
I'll
idea.
give you credit, yes.
Thank you.
That we were going to do best friend killers.
Yeah.
And best friends that kill each other. We were in the airport whenever you said that.
Having a delicious meal.
I know. And we weren't even in a fight. So that's good. Because that would have been a weird segue if we were arguing and then you would have been like...
I've been like crushing it on topics. Like I like lately I've been getting a lot of creative juices on topics. I have like 16 written down. We just need to fucking quit our jobs, focus on this, hone in on the stories because they are heavy.
Well, at the next staff meeting, we can go over them.
Yeah. So. I was telling Heather, I was like, it is officially weighing on me the topics that we choose. Because like before we used to, like, let's be honest, if anyone's followed us from the beginning, thank you. Yeah. But you can see the progress in the podcast. And, like, honestly, before we would probably just print something off and review it real quick and kind of talk about the article ever so quickly.
And then flip the papers right into the mic.
Yes, which we'll probably continue to do today. But
100%.
Now it's like 6 hours of research minimum. You know, like you're going in, you're finding 5 different articles, you're watching other movies, you're listening to other podcasts, you're seeing other television shows on it, you're watching docuseries, and you're merging like 6 articles into one. Mm-hmm. And it is so much more fucking work, which means you're spending 6 hours engrossed in a grisly murder, and it's heavy. It's heavy.
I don't know if I'm desensitized to it or not, because it is heavy and it is very sad, but it doesn't. I don't know. Something's wrong with me. It doesn't really affect me that much. I think now, ask me in 6 months.
That's wild. You're like the way more emo, black nail polish, loud music kind of one of us.
I'm more sensitive. Yes.
Yeah, I would definitely. Maybe I'm more empathetic.
I don't know.
But this shit eats me up.
I mean, it's wild because the whole time I was reading, I'm like, I could never do this to her. Like, I was thinking that when I was doing my story, I'm like, I would, spoiler alert, I'm not going to kill you. Oh. So don't worry.
Poo.
Well, poo. We say
so I wanted to go out.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I don't.
No.
I don't want to go out in fear.
Okay. Well.
You know? That's what sucks is when you stop and you think about people's, like, last moments, you know?
Okay, maybe it's because I don't think about it like that. What happened? Did you choke on your coffee?
I got so much coffee in my mouth. Oh, it's so hot.
But you can eat stuff right out of the microwave.
No, I got, like, a mouthful. Like, not like a little sipper. I got a...
Oh.
That was probably a good sound.
That probably came a lot from our neighbors in Cancun. That's how they pay their bills.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you want to start?
Oh, yeah. Well, let me get my stuff because it's over.
Oh.
I should walk away real quick. I don't have to do it.
Oh, my God.
You hate
I like how she has it all the way over there. I do want to point out, guys, that Heather usually leaves it on her laptop. This time it's printed. I thought
it was on my laptop.
I thought it was a script for the radio station because it's printed in fucking size 22 font.
Listen.
She literally has the little thing on it that tells you how to announce people's names. I mean, this is epic.
Well, because I don't know how to say this.
Oh, and now I feel bad because I didn't look up and I have 2 names that I don't know how the fuck to say them. So good times are going to be had by all. Well, I'm ready for you to tell me how somebody killed somebody.
So, okay. Well, this is the story of Christine Paolilla. See, I have it written out and it's still hard to say.
It is. It was hard to hear, too.
Paolilla. That's how you say it.
Yeah. I know. I read that part, too.
You did? You did?
What? I thought it was a script for, like, cat litter or something here. Like,
cat litter?
I don't know. First thing that popped in my head.
Was cat litter? You don't have a cat.
I know.
That's wild.
I am wild.
Yeah.
Little cat.
Oh my God. Okay. So the sources I used that I actually chose to use was the Morbid podcast, and I didn't put what episode it was, but it was good. And then Snapped, which made me so excited. Did you know they have like 30 seasons or something?
Oh, Snapped is the shit. That's what I like.
I love that show.
I know. And they do a really good job at it, too.
But they do a great job. However, they could make each episode like 20 minutes. Because they recap for 5 minutes after each break.
Oh, yeah. Every commercial, they're like, oh, is this your first time coming in? It's like, okay,
we
get it.
Again. Like, who starts
Sarah got shitty because she's a realtor and the someone in the thing, like, something.
Kitty litter.
And kitty litter.
Well, this, if you want to watch this, it was episode 5 on season 10. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about her background beforehand because it ties a lot into it. I hate that I'm not going to talk about the victim as much, but her background, I like to learn about, not that there's a why, but,
how did we get here?
Some people don't stand a chance.
Yeah,
so,
I understand that.
Okay, so she was born on March 31st in 1986 in New York to a stay-at-home mom, Lori, and Charles Paolilla. I like how Charles was the hard part for me to say. He was a construction worker. He actually died in an accident because bricks fell on him when he was 2. So her dad, out of nowhere, just dies.
Bricks fell on him?
Yeah,
when
at
she
work.
was 2 years old.
Mm-hmm. At work, it was an accident. So she was 2.
Bummer.
She had an older brother, died. The only beneficiary, which I can't figure this out, on the life insurance policy was Christine, a 2-year-old. Like, not the mom, just a 2-year-old. It said in there that she couldn't have it till she was 18 years old, so remember that. But that also left her mom in a bind. She was a stay-at-home mom. I don't like how they worded this. They were like, she didn't have any skills. Obviously, she had skills. She just didn't have a job. Instead of going and finding a job, though, unfortunately, she went on a downward spiral, and then she started abusing drugs. Bad. So,
I can see how that would happen.
Mm-hmm. So then she lost custody of her kids, and then they bounced around from families.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah. I mean,
why did the kid get it? I don't know.
I don't understand either, and none of the things I've listened to said why, and I don't understand.
Maybe he probably did not think he would die then.
Yeah.
I would say that. And he probably did it because he didn't want his wife.
I don't know, but there's 2 kids, too, and her brother's older than her.
Weird. Okay.
So I didn't get that. Nobody touched on it. Nobody said anything about him except for he died, and that's what happened. So after she had that, when she was in kindergarten, she was diagnosed with alopecia, which is that rare disease where, like, your hair falls out. So she was in kindergarten. She's already got a rough life, right?
No.
And then, so she wakes up one day, and when she was 6, and just sees clumps of hair on her pillow. Like,
oh my God, this makes me
out
so
of
sad.
nowhere. Yeah. So this caused her to have to wear wigs. She would draw on her eyebrows, and kids are dicks. So, like, she goes to school.
Kids are real dicks. Yeah. We're going to talk about that more.
I know. So they're fucking
pretty much
assholes.
the topic today.
They're little, right?
They're little fucking assholes.
They are. And then, so she goes to school, and they're not, like, good wigs. They're, like,
of course,
costumey.
Yeah.
And she's fucking 6.
Yeah.
So you can definitely tell. And so they would, like, snatch it off of her head and make fun of her. And, like, she lost all her eyebrows and her eyelashes, too. So, like, this poor thing. And she had bad vision. So she had real thick glasses. She was
short
bullied.
End of the
and that was
there.
Before, bullying was looked down upon and everything. So...
Ooh, that's a fun little new sound.
So, but good news, her mom cleaned up her act. She got remarried, got clean. Then she got custody of her kids again. So then they wanted to start a new life. So then they moved to Clear Lake City, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston. She enrolled later in Clear Lake High School, but she was really lonely. But unfortunately, when she was 14, she coped the same way her mom did. So she turned to drugs. So, like, weed.
Everyone does that.
Weed, narcotics, alcohol.
No one's like, I'm going to turn to fitness and hummus. That's never what it is. I'm going to get some carrot sticks, some hummus, and some fitness. And that is how I'm going to do it.
People are like, I was just so upset I couldn't eat. I've
never felt that way.
I am not that person. I will sit down and eat a whole pizza if I'm pissed off. I'm just making sure that I'm not alone.
But I won't do heroin.
No, that's good.
My downward spiral is wine, cigarettes, probably some pasta.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That sounds like a party. I mean, I don't even think I have to be mad to do that.
It's called a Thursday.
So when she was 15, she met a boy at a party named Chris Snyder. Where's your phone? Because I really need you to Google what he looks like.
Will do. Continue on.
No, we're going to wait, and because I want to see what you say. Because I think he looks like a guy that you would date just to piss your parents off. Like, he's cute, but you can tell that he does bad stuff.
Okay, there's a lot of Chris Schneiders here.
Snyder. It's Snider, I think.
Snider?
Yeah. I guess I should have told you to do that before we started.
Yeah, I'm like,
Well, I'll keep going. And then
yeah, I was like, my internet's not working too.
Oh, okay. So this was her first love, because obviously she was bullied a lot, and then they became inseparable.
Oh, is it the dude with the eyebrow ring?
Yes. Doesn't he just
He looks like everyone I've dated in high school.
That's right. He just looks like if Affliction and Hot Topic were a person.
Yeah.
Doesn't he? So, her mom and her stepdad hated him. Like, because they knew he was into, like, drugs. So he did, like, ecstasy and crack cocaine and all this stuff. And she became obsessed with him. He was controlling and pushy. So, like, she wanted to be loved and get attention. So she just fell right into it and let him do it.
Always.
Yeah. But she's also not innocent. Because after they got into it, they were obsessed with each other. So then she would call his house 20, 30 times a day. She would show up there, beat on the door. One time he wouldn't let her in. She slept on the lawn, like outside of his parents' house. Yeah.
What?
I know. She would try windows and stuff.
Is she on drugs there?
She's on drugs, but I don't know. I mean, they both
Okay.
did drugs together, but I don't know if she was when she did all this.
Okay.
But his parents hated her, too.
Really? I thought they'd love that kind of behavior. Jaden's girlfriend just on the lawn like a dog.
Lawn,
I'd be like, what the fuck?
Like
I'd
a
call the
dog.
cops.
I was going to say like a flamingo.
Like a flamingo. Like a gnome.
Like, oh, that's better.
That is a good one.
Yeah, I know. We'll go with yours.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So in 1999, Chris was arrested for stealing for drug money. So then he went to juvie, which I don't know why I didn't write. Because what's it called? Juvenile
Detention center. Yeah.
Where were you when I was typing this out?
Juvie.
I wrote juvie because I couldn't.
Same thing though.
Yeah. But then that meant that she had to go back to high school, and since she was up his ass, she was like by herself. So she like got really depressed again and all that stuff because he was gone.
Okay. How long did he? Oh, he was in. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. Questions are welcomed.
Perfect.
Okay. But then she was like Brittany Murphy, like on Clueless. So like two girls a year older than her saw her because she tried harder, started wearing thicker makeup and stuff, and they were like, oh no. So then they took her shopping, bought her wigs. They became inseparable. Like
cute.
Yeah.
And those are the photos I see whenever I looked up the teen heartthrob.
And they're so cute. Like they were very popular. Like yeah.
Like she looks really pretty there.
Well, they did that.
Yeah.
So their names were Rachel Colarudis. I hope that's right. And Tiffany Rowell. So Rachel and Tiffany and her, they were
those
best.
Are those girls?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they are very pretty. The little like sweet. They just look like they were sweet.
Yeah. Well, obviously they were. They just helped this girl out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So everybody knew because they did everything together. But keep in mind they were a year older than her. So she even would take her wig off in front of them, and she wouldn't even do that in front of her family. So like she trusted them. They kept talking about that. She even got voted most irresistible by her classmates.
Adorable.
Which I think that's such a creepy ass superlative though. Like most irresistible.
I mean, that's definitely inappropriate for high school.
Yeah. Did you guys have that? Did you have superlatives?
Not that I recall.
Yeah. We did. Do you know what one I got?
I mean, maybe we did. Funniest, I'm sure.
No, but I love you.
What?
No. Why? You're pre-annoyed by it.
Oh, I just want to know.
No, I got most school spirit.
Oh, I can see that.
See?
Maybe we did. I don't think in high school I stood out enough to have been. I mean, I was like on homecoming court, but
yeah. Like
I was popular, but I definitely
You had a bigger
say I
high
was
school
like,
than I did.
Yeah, we had a big one.
How many people did you graduate with?
I don't fucking know.
Oh.
How many did you have?
88.
Oh, okay. We were like 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I lost most athletic by 2 votes.
I did move furthest away. I went to that was my one thing, is I went to the furthest college.
You sure did.
I sure the fuck
Good
did.
for you. Okay, back in. So they were friends for 3 years, but then after that, Rachel and Tiffany graduated, and they left her behind. So after they graduated, they moved into one of their dad's houses. I can't remember which one, but they were 18 years old. They got a rent-free house in a nice neighborhood.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so
they look like they would, though. They look like good, wholesome. If you look at the girls,
if you look at them, yeah, absolutely.
Their boyfriends look little, but they look.
Yeah. So that definitely became a party house because could you imagine? Like I remember when I got my first apartment and was like, everyone come over. We all ate ramen and drank Natty Lights together.
Dark Eyes vodka. 99 bananas.
Oh my gosh. Dark Eyes. It'll take your toenail polish off. Ugh. I know. It was like $2 though. So they got jobs serving and bartending at a strip club called Club Exotica together, which just pissed Christine off even more.
Oh, so they're strippers now?
No, they were servers.
Oh, sorry.
Because they were like, we're pretty, we can make a lot of money. They actually asked them to strip, and they said no.
They always do that.
Do they?
They do.
Oh, okay.
That's a thing. Anyway, continue.
I mean, good thing I told them no.
I will only bartend.
No. So that, and keep in mind, Christine's got abandonment issues already. She's like, and so that just pisses her off that her best friend, they live together, they work together, and she's still in high school. So the girls invited Tiffany's boyfriend, Marcus Priscilla, to move in, and then his cousin, Albert Sanchez, but they call him D. They both got to live there, too.
Okay.
So D and Marcus, they dabbled a little bit in drug dealing, so that summer, like, everybody obviously partied over there. They would just deal drugs to their friends. It's not like they were, like, kingpins or anything.
Got it.
So Christine, she was 17 at the time, and she worked at a makeup counter at Walgreens, and so she was having, like, all kinds of FOMO.
A makeup counter at Walgreens?
Mm-hmm.
For whenever you're like, okay, I need to know. Maybelline or e.l.f.? Which color is... Passion sunrise
You're...
or tropical smoothie? Which one looks better with my eyes?
Well,
What the fuck?
Well, she was obviously jealous of their lifestyle because it was easier than hers too. Like she had to work, and
They were working too. They had a way harder job. A bartender versus a sit here and ask if you want the Calvin Klein cologne.
You were so funny.
Because I don't think I don't think that damn free. Anyway,
sir, would you like some Curve?
This one has been just hopping off the shelf this week. There have been sixth graders in and out all week buying the Curve.
So she's obviously she's pissed off about that. That's foreshadowing. So right around this time, Chris Snyder gets out of juvie, and then they get back together. Like as soon as he gets out, he goes right to her in the summer of 2003 because he was gone for 3 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So they went right back into partying and then went harder in the paint on that one.
Well, of course.
She didn't care what her parents thought, but she really wanted her best friends to like him. Like, that was very important to her, obviously. It's kind of like us, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I still care about my parents.
I know, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, I don't care if my parents hate Travis. I'll marry him anyway. But if Heather doesn't like him, he can go to the curb.
That's exactly right. Which I do. Announcement. Well, so then she brought him over to a party. Chris met the boys and then bought drugs from him. So Rachel and Tiffany pulled her aside and were like, dude, he's a loser. Like, you can do so much better. We hate him. Why are you with him? Which pissed her off because she was, like, obsessed. And she's like, well, you guys don't like him? And they're like, no, he's a fucking loser.
I would hate that.
Yeah. Right?
I would really hate that.
Yeah.
You've done that to me about 3 times.
Well.
I wasn't obsessed, but shoe fans.
Needed to be said. So 2 weeks later, this is when their friendship would end. So on July
2 years later?
2 weeks.
2 weeks
I
ago.
meant 2 weeks.
I don't know. You could have.
Did I say 2
I don't
weeks?
know, honey.
Oh,
I literally asked out of complete confusion of what's going on in my head. So I'm sorry. I've had a lot of protein shake and a lot of coffee.
I need caffeine still. Okay, so on July 18th, 2003, police responded to a call after 2 of their friends found their bodies. So Dee, Marcus, and Tiffany were all found shot multiple times in the home. Rachel was found brutally beaten, and her head looked like it was beaten with like a hammer or the butt of the gun. And she was even shot 6 times in the crotch.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So.
What?
Yeah. Okay, so beside Rachel, they found
What the fudging A?
I know. Beside Rachel, they found a bloody cell phone with the numbers 9 and 1 dialed into it. So obviously she was trying to, call 911. There was so much evidence. It should have been open and shut, like outside looking in. There were at least 2 guns used, shell casings
Which
everywhere.
one's Rachel?
I think the one on the left.
She is the one that is, like, ultra stunning.
Yeah.
That is so sad. Okay.
All yeah. Right. So, I mean, obviously it should have been open and shut, but it definitely wasn't. But it everywhere showed that there was 2 people that used guns. Like, there was 2 types of guns. There was, there's no way 4 people, 1 person could have done that. There was no signs of forced entry, and Dee and Tiffany were shot while they were sitting on the couch and their legs were propped up. So they obviously knew who it was. They were literally just sitting on the couch, like, watching TV. Like, you could tell. Yeah. So they thought initially, the cops did, that somebody was trying to rob Marcus for dealing drugs.
That's a good assumption.
Yeah, but they found drugs and cash everywhere, like wads of cash. So obviously they didn't take it. And the other thing was Rachel was so fucked up, like her head and how many times she was shot and everything. If it was just drugs, why would they do that part? Yeah. Like that didn't, one of the shots was literally directly into her crotch. And this weird lady on.
Like on the top or like?
I think. I don't know. The lady on, that was a quote from the funny lady. Like, it's not funny, but the way she delivered things. Wow. No, the way she delivered things was odd. And she's just this old lady with couth. She would just say whatever she wanted. She was like, yeah, one of the shots was right in the crotch. I was like.
She probably said it in a different way.
No.
I'm not going to say that.
So when the cops interviewed the neighbors and stuff, 2 her next door neighbors saw 2 kids in all black walking up the driveway. They stopped because they thought it was weird. It's Texas. It's July. Why are you in all black? I mean, I wear summer blacks, so.
Could have just been Heather Terry in her casual black attire.
But they saw him, so they watched him. They saw him stop in the driveway, talk, and then the girl just walked up to the house like they were going to hang out. And they see kids go there all the time, so the neighbors didn't think anything of it. But they did get a sketch artist to draw them. Yeah. So, okay. And if you look those up later, you saw them. They look. Yeah.
Well, I saw his. I didn't see
hers. Looks dead ass, just like her.
That's always mind blowing. Like, I don't know how I would. Yeah.
I know how you just are like, oh.
I stare at your face all the time, and I still know how I would explain it. Do you know what I mean? Let alone someone who just oh, this person casually walked up to the. I don't know. Yeah. It's wild.
So the cops went through everyone's phones, right? And they did interviews and all that, but they looked up 48 hours back on the call logs. If they would have looked up 72 hours, they would have seen that they talked to Christine. They didn't go back. And the cop even admitted on the show, like, I wish we would have went back 24 hours more. Which, this is what I don't get, and no one touches on it. Like, okay, say you get murdered. They're going to talk to me, right? These people were just as close as us, and they didn't talk to her. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, that's mind-blowing.
It doesn't make sense, and no one talks about it. They didn't. That should have been the first place, because she was acting like she was so devastated and stuff, but they don't talk about her initial interview. Like, no one talks about that. So she went back.
I don't know. They like this. We'll hit that kind of on mine too. Yeah. Even if you're like the last one to see him, they do not suspect the best friend.
Wow.
Like when it comes down to like anyone, it's always the spouse first, right? Yeah. But like when it's a woman thing,
really.
From what like keeping in mind when I Googled best friends who killed their friends,
yeah,
not one man popped up. It was all women who killed women.
That's true.
Yeah. I did not get one story where a man killed his best friend.
Wow.
Isn't that fucking insane?
That is.
I guess we're the ones that...
But I mean, so if I got murdered and no one talked to you...
That wouldn't have... We're also 30s. We're in our 30s. These are 17-year-olds.
That's true. I just don't get it. I would like to know why. Okay. So Christine, she went back to school. She became the center of attention because everybody felt sorry for her. Oh, your best friend's just died.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. But she actually, the media coverage happened obviously right away, and they offered a $100,000 reward for anything Crime Stoppers did, and it was the largest reward that was in the country at that time for that, but nothing came of it. They had billboards up and everything and nothing. So Christine is still with Chris, and she dives right back into all the drugs because obviously. So she just goes on with her life. In 2004, after she graduated high school, she got arrested for shoplifting and was ordered into rehab. So while she was there, her 5-year relationship with Chris fizzled out. They started fighting after that and everything.
I like how she gets arrested and it fizzles out, but he was in jail for 3 years, and she was like, come home.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Fuck him more in his stupid eyebrow ring. He can't stand by his woman when she's doing hard time. Right. I mean,
well,
where do you draw the line?
You're so funny. So she met a heroin addict named Justin Rott, and keep in mind she's 18 now. She just turned 18. Okay. So they fell in love.
The heroin addict. How old is he? Do we know?
I think he's around the same age. Okay. I don't really know.
Cool. Works for me, Jellybean.
Yeah, we'll just say that. But they fell in love, and I'm going to use air quotes, because they decided to get married 4 months after meeting each other. You're not supposed to do that in rehab, but they did anyway.
You're not supposed to do that in life.
Well, that too.
I learned my lesson.
You're not supposed to, get in relationships, though.
I know. You're not supposed to do any real big anything.
But she did. And a lot of the things alluded to the fact that he found out she was getting her trust from her dad's life insurance policy, which is now $360,000, like when she turned 18. So give a drug addict $360,000, and what do you think I have?
I don't give it to me, and let's see what kind of drugs I get into. No, I'm kidding.
So they got married when she was released in March of 2005, and she's 19 at the time. So they used her money and posted up at the La Quinta Hotel on a drug bender that lasted 16 months. So they paid cash every 2 weeks for the room. They never left the room at all. All they did was just do drugs all the time.
For 16 months.
16 months.
That's a year and 4 months.
Uh-huh.
That is 5 quarters.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a very long time.
That is a very long time.
I'm going to paint the picture of the room here in a second, and you're going to vomit.
No.
Yes, I am. Okay, so apparently they had a dog, too. They never let the dog outside. It shit and pissed in the room. Housekeeping said they were never allowed to go into the room. So for a year and 4 months, they were doing drugs in a room that was never cleaned with a dog that used the bathroom in the room. Chris was the only one that would leave, and he would go get heroin.
And what about, dog food? Okay, sorry. How about that? What's the dog's name? Okay.
I had a lot of questions about the dog also. We are dog people, and I got no answers.
I understand. I see how that.
In my head, he's on a farm, and he or she had a great life with his adopted parents.
His name's Cookie.
Cookie?
Cookie is the dog's name.
I love
Lives on a farm at the Smith's estate.
Yes, I hope it is an estate.
Yes.
Deserves a good life. So, Chris was the only one that would leave. He would go get heroin, but he would walk to the gas center.
Wait, Chris. Is this a different Chris?
I meant Justin.
Okay. I was like, wait.
I did this at 11 p.m., so I meant Justin.
Okay. Right. Justin. I was like, whoa. I just
My bad. Yeah, good catch.
Thank you. I was like, wait, when did she get 2 Chris's? I thought, okay, everything's fine.
Sorry. Justin. But Justin would go and get cigs and Cheez-Its and Reese cups, and that was their whole diet. Like, they didn't eat anything else. They found all the trash in the room. That's all they ate. So Wild. I know. So the Houston police finally came looking for her because they got an anonymous call saying that Christine was bragging when she was in rehab that her and Chris killed a group. Or when they were at a party, her and Chris killed a group of people. So the caller knew Rachel wasn't dead and that Christine had gone back in to make sure she was dead, and they didn't release that info. So the caller even said that Christine had told him that Rachel begged for her life and asked, "Why are you doing this to me?" before she was beaten to death. And nobody knew that at all. So they figured that out. They even said she even had all the names right and everything. So at the crime scene, I forgot to mention this. The cops found a yearbook picture of Christine. And you remember when you'd give your yearbook pictures out to your friends and stuff? On the back, Christine had written a note that said that she loved them and they'd be friends forever and all this stuff. And they found it at the crime scene, which I still don't understand why they didn't talk to her. But they compared that picture to the composite sketch, and it looked identical. That was the one you saw.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but yeah.
Oh, but yeah. And then the two neighbors, they picked them out of a lineup separately, like the husband and the wife. Man. So when they got there, they were sick to their stomachs because of the room. Like they said, and I quote, "She looks like an alien." And if you look it up, like she did.
Oh, because she wasn't, her hair was growing crazy. She had no eyebrows. Okay, that's that. Yeah.
And she didn't have her wigs on. She was out of it.
Yeah, really? You think during 16 months of hardcore heroin?
I know. And they found 80 plus needles on the desk. There was trash everywhere, and you can look these photos up too. It's wild. There was dog shit and everything, like blood.
I've got to look it up.
Yeah, there was blood.
Wait, I just googled my person's name.
I wondered why you're looking.
What is her name? Christine
Paolilla.
Paolilla Hotel Room.
Oh, it's on the Snapped episode too. If everyone wants to go see it, because they show the room.
No.
Yeah. Can't you just smell a picture? If you could smell a picture, it would be...
Oh my God, there's needles everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. And there's blood spray. Like, they said the room smelled like death and awfulness.
What's on there's blood. Why?
There's blood and everything everywhere. And everything. Yeah, take that one. You look like you're going to get sick.
I think that is worse than
Isn't that bad?
That's real bad.
Everyone Google it right now. And
Stop what you're doing unless you're driving and get the Googs on.
Oh, 100%. So, this is 3 years after the murder. So, they finally took him in. They took Justin into one room. They took Christine in the other. She blamed it all on Chris. She was like, no, you know what she said? She said that he held his hand on top, because she was like, oh, he was abusive. She played the victim, blah, blah, blah. She said he held his hand on top of hers and made her shoot, which makes no sense. I mean, I'm not a gun person. That's why I'm asking if you know that. But, said he held his hand on top of hers. But 17 of 21 shots went into one person. So if someone's holding you and you're trying to fight that...
None of that would have happened.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't make any sense. Said that he wanted to steal drugs and money, and he was so abusive. So she said she hid. Wow, that was cute. Mm-hmm. She hid it in the car.
You are a professional podcaster.
I really am. I wish everyone would take classes for me. So she stayed in the car, though. That's what she said. She was hiding, and she stayed in the car. She did not, but she said that. She said, but Justin was in the other room, and her husband basically took about 2.8 seconds to just flip the script and be like, I know everything. She told me everything. So he knew, and he just didn't care.
I mean, he's a heroin addict.
Yeah.
He eats Reese's and Cheez-Its. So.
Right. Yeah, he's a piece of shit, too. But he even told him, which is wild to think about, that an hour after she did this, Chris dropped her off at Walgreens to work, and she went and scrubbed blood off of her fingernails. So she went to work an hour after she killed her best friends.
So are we going to get to why?
Maybe.
Okay, because I'm ready for that.
Okay. So every time, watching the video is wild, because she would cower in the corner or whatever, and then they would ask her about it, and then she would be like, oh, I'm going to get sick. But then whenever the cops would leave, she would be fine. She would stand up and look out the windows. And then she asked to go to the hospital, because she's like, I'm having withdrawals, and you go to the hospital. So they had to stop the interview. When she comes back, she was saying, oh, I was in the room. I went in. She changed her story because she had time to think about it. So she said that she was in and all that.
She had 3 fucking years to think about it.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. And
my God.
She didn't think she was going to get caught.
Of course. Which I don't, probably shouldn't brag about it.
Yeah, exactly. She said she went in the house, but he made her, this fucked her in the end when she changed her story. So it didn't matter, though, because they charged her with 4 counts of first-degree murder. But this whole time, were you wondering where Chris was?
No.
Okay.
I should have.
I know. I wasn't either.
Where is his eyebrow piercing?
Well, he found out he was being hunted by the cops, too. So they found his bloated dead body in the woods in South Carolina, and he had committed suicide. So, they didn't get to question him. No one talked to him. He killed himself. Do you want me to describe your face right now? Your chin just hit the floor.
Damn.
Yeah, but...
Talk about a pussy.
And that sucks, too, because she could blame everything on him, and he's not there.
But, I mean...
Either way, it didn't work out, though, because she was found guilty on October 13th.
If she would have never bragged. Right?
2008.
The whole reason she got caught was because she loose-lipped herself and, like, bragged about it. So at the end of the day, you can't...
Mm-hmm. And I cut out quite a bit of it. Shocking. I mean, you wouldn't think they'll come in talking forever, but she got found guilty of 4 counts of capital murder. She's currently in Mountain View Unit in Gatesville, Texas, and she's eligible for parole when she was 60. She only didn't get the death penalty because she was 17 when it happened. And like I said, there's a ton about the trial. She showed up she tried to look all like cutesy and she tried to look younger than what she was. I don't know.
She was 20 though, wasn't she?
Something like that.
Yeah, how much?
But I mean,
so that
dressed, even her clothes, like she had like a sweater vest and a headband and like did her makeup all. She tried to look
That sounds gross. Well, because I just looked her up, and she went from being this like super cute high school student to like a meth alien weirdo.
Yeah, yeah. But what sucks about this story, and you're gonna get pissed about this even more, is to this day she's never said why. They were so nice to her. She won't say why. She was just jealous and lost her shit. Yeah, that's what I think. But she blames him still to this day that it was his fault. In her head, she's got this story that it's his fault. They think drugs, but no one ever says. One of the experts said that they thought a deep resentment was building, and then it peaked after they left her. Like, she was jealous of their easy life, quote unquote, the whole time they were best friends, like in her head, and then it peaked after she left. But anyway, that is the fucked up story of Christine Paolilla killing her best friends. And D, the guy that was there, he had only been there for 2 weeks. Like, he came to live with Marcus, and he'd only been there a week or 2.
Poor guy. So he was just there at the wrong place, wrong time.
Oh, this sounds like a fun time. I'll come hang out for the summer. Because they were going to college in the fall. They were saving money. The girls were. That's why they wanted to work at the strip club, because they wanted to make a shit ton of money real quick, and they didn't have rent to pay. And they're 18, so.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. Anywho.
Well, that was fucking A.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
This one, I have all reasoning and sadness.
And sadness?
So now I just get to go into the new one. More sadness about friends who are killing each other. And once more, yes, it is. Women. So I'm going to tell you about the murder of Missy Avila. I got this from Wikipedia. Jax Hooter, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, Hudur. He actually sourced a book called Missy's Murder by Karen Kingsbury. There's also a movie called The Killer Among Us. That is the one that sparked this one for me because Tiffany Amber Thiessen was in it. It came out in 1992, and I love her so much. She's only in like 30 minutes of the movie. The acting is amazingly great. Like, it really is a good movie. And Patty Duke is the one that plays the fucking fuckwad. I hate this chick, so I'm going to definitely berate and be angry and hateful about her. She plays Karen Severson in it. And then there's this other chick no one cares about. Her name's Laura Doyle in real life, but they call her Carol in the movie. And they make her cute. And like this bit, I can't wait to show you some photos.
Oh, okay. I can't wait.
Yeah. So anyway, that book or that movie, I saw that when I was younger, and it really fucked with me because I was like, could I be murdered by like a friend of mine? Like like I was young enough to be like, oh, could girls get mad at me and kill me? Like that was kind of because I was like 8 or 9, you know? Yeah. And the scene is fucked up. Like in the movie, it's sad and it's true. And I don't even think I knew it was a true story.
Oh.
It's anyway.
I'm glad you didn't. It would be that bad.
God. So then I also read an article from the Los Angeles Daily News Crime and Public Safety section. Mm-hmm. It's also on Deadly Women. I didn't watch this, but Deadly Women, Deadly Delinquents, if you want to watch that as well. Just wanted to
Deadly Women is a good series.
Burn.
That's fun.
Yeah. So, Missy, I'm going to talk quite a bit about her to kind of start off, but Missy Avila, she was born in Southern California in February in 1968, and she attended San Fernando High School. One thing I am going to say is I've read a lot, like, I've saw a lot of discrepancies, like a ton throughout the storyline, which is, always kind of confusing, but There's some differences here. Like at some point they say that that Missy switched schools to be closer to Karen, and I don't find that in other pieces to it, so who really knows? She lived with her mother, Irene Avila, who was divorced, and she has 3 brothers, Ernie, Chris, and Mark, in a quiet middle-class neighborhood in Arleta, California. It's not too far from L.A. And when she was 8, I've also read that she was 5 and that she was 6. A new girl, Karen Severson, moved into a house around the corner. Karen was described as an overweight, shy child. They become best friends. They spend every day together. They're riding bikes, sharing secrets, having sleepovers, hanging out in her pool, everything. Karen becomes like a regular at the Avila home and very comfortable around Irene. Irene's basically like her second mom. So Irene is a fun-loving mom. She's super focused on being close to her kids. And she felt like she wanted to make sure that they could tell her things. So she ends up wondering if her parenting style added to the experience. What was like the line between being a parent and being a friend? From what I saw, it's not like she was letting... I think that line is really crossed whenever you're like getting drunk with your kids' friends and they're 17 or something. And I didn't see any of that. Mm-hmm. That she was just that house that always let the friends come over, always let them sleep over. Like, yeah, it just seemed to be like a friend. Like, if you couldn't get your mom to let you do something, Irene would be the one that you would tell so that she would call and be like, look, let her do, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Cool mom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the vibe I got.
Yeah.
But also, in the movie, and it says middle class, like, in the movie they pick these... Patty Duke, sorry, sweetie, she's unattractive. But like the other chick, I don't either. And they reference her all the time like she's something special, but she's really not.
Are we missing something?
I don't know if it's that we're supposed to know who she is, or if it's just because it's her act. Like it's her and Irene, the mother of Irene, are like basically the main part of the movie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but they make seem a little more high class than what I'm going to kind of show later.
Okay.
So as for Karen, she was adopted by the Seversons, and for whatever reason, in her mind, she was a reject since her biological parents didn't want her. So she automatically thought that. On top of that, she came from a family who really didn't set any rules or boundaries. So she never had a curfew. She never got grounded. She didn't have those like fucking dreaded teenage conversations like with your parents, like don't do this, don't do that. And really, because of that, she became a teen mom before reaching adulthood. So she had a kid when she was 15.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because she had like no fucking right. She had no leash at all.
Yeah.
And she ends up like,
I like that.
So that dog was barking up some trees. You know what I'm saying? Laura Doyle. So I can't find shit about her.
Okay.
So she was born and raised in the same neighborhood and was considered to be best friends with the girls as well. This is Missy. This is the beautiful little love nugget that ends up being the whole topic here.
You have photos on
all
your research.
over. Yeah. Okay, so focus on the first one. That's just her and her family. How cute were they? They look like a cute, sweet little family.
Yeah.
So let's see. They, in the early 80s, they come out of middle school and now they're entering high school. All of their interests change. And here comes the fucking debacle of the boys. Okay, so Missy ends up being an intense social butterfly. She's really stylish. She gets along with people really easily. She tends to kind of be the center of attention. She liked going out on the weekends and having friends over at her place that are, swim at the pool, all that fun stuff. She had with her mom being a pretty laid back parent, her friends were always over there, and she's just kind of like this hot to trot kind of gal.
Yeah.
Karen would be like basically the complete opposite of Missy. Instead of blossoming, she blew up. She became very heavy.
Oh.
And that made her even more insecure. She didn't really have any confidence. She didn't get the attention that Missy always got. And so she would notice boys flirting with Missy, and it would just hit at her weak self-esteem.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, Laura Doyle, she was 18. She was described as tall, lengthy, and promiscuous. Now, people said that she looked pretty when she put on makeup, but she rarely put on makeup. That's literally in here. I literally found that people were like, they said that she could be rather pretty whenever she would wear makeup, but she wouldn't wear makeup.
Weird how people write the stories and stuff.
Yeah. And they said that she was like a tomboy. She also was a drug user who skipped school a lot. She hung out with the wrong crowd. So if Missy was hanging out with her, she was always kind of stuck around like these druggies.
Oh.
So this one is the best photo you'll ever fucking see of this stupid fucking whore, Karen. I just want to say that because she looks kind of cute here. And then the other one is Laura.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Karen's on the left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But when you look you're going to hate her.
I know. I can just tell.
You're going to continue to hate her, though. She gets out of jail and you're going to hate her more.
Oh,
that's what, yeah.
She looks like she would put broken glass in your smoothie or something.
Or your face.
Ooh.
So Laura and Karen essentially become closer friends because they lack this loyalty towards Missy. When they would come together, you could like see that their relationship was becoming so toxic towards Missy. So they would call her names behind her back, call her a slut and a whore. And they would do this for her just flirting with boys. Like, not doing anything, but like flirting with boys.
Like you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
When you're that age.
And she's also hot and super stylish. You know what I mean? Where it's like you're kind of getting on this and it's like,
leave her alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, chill out. They would start rumors about her behind her back.
What?
And yeah. And then whenever she would come around, they would completely hide it.
That's so... I hate them already.
Yeah. Yeah. So her mom, I just want to throw in some cute thing here. Her mom said that she made great lasagna, dreamed of becoming a physical therapist, and was fiercely loyal to childhood friends. Now, here's something... I hate to just say this. I have to say it because it adds to the storyline. But an anonymous online user, so you can already say fuck it, right? Attended the same high school and knew Karen and Missy. Here was her opinion as she wrote into the whatever. I think this was the LA one. Missy wasn't the sweet and innocent angel she was portrayed to be, which she definitely was not. I grew up with Missy and I knew Karen in school as well. I never met Laura, but the few times I saw her with Missy and Karen, she gave me the creeps. As for Missy, she was one of the meanest people I ever knew. She was the worst bully I ever encountered as a child, and I never saw any other side of her. She was just as awful as her friends that killed her. There were a lot of people who couldn't stand her. And they kind of portray that in here. Like that she was a bully. Man. And that she was hanging out with bullies. So one time Missy and Karen, they're window shopping at a mall, and Karen like throws something into Missy's purse. And they both get caught by the security guards. And Missy ends up being grounded. And of course, nothing happens to her.
Yeah.
So she's starting to double think her relationship with Missy, or I'm sorry, with Karen.
As she should.
Yeah. And she's like, you know what? I'll drop the issue. We've been friends forever. It's fine.
Ugh.
So Karen doesn't learn any lesson from it. Missy learns a nice little lesson, I guess. The jealousy just like keeps becoming so huge. And so here's kind of a timeline to understand the situation with the boys. Because
okay, how old are they again right now?
17, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so. I was just making sure. Okay.
So Missy dates this guy, Victor Amaya, a teen who attended a local Catholic school, and he had who fucking cares, but he had a tattoo of a leaf that said stoner across it. Their relationship was sexual, but didn't last. They break up, and soon after, Victor starts a relationship with Laura.
Oh.
Missy implies she is not upset about it at all.
Wow.
And they just date, and no big deal. Several weeks before the murder, Laura's insecurity and jealousy rubs Victor the wrong way, and he breaks up with her. And she is left devastated. And she thinks that there's another woman, and that's why it happened. So she continues to attempt to reconcile, to no avail. She'll call him, drive by his house, and she's like, no, not that I saw. And Victor would later say, I broke off the relationship because she, Laura, was jealous of me talking to other girls, including Missy. Laura refused to accept the breakup and became bitter. So Laura's hatred for Missy is like fucking caught on fire whenever she drives by Victor's house one day and spots him and Missy together, holding hands and kissing at the end of his driveway.
Oh, no.
So she's enraged, speeds up to them and pulls down her window to basically like let him know that they were caught and how much of a slut Missy was. And at this point, she most likely assumes that Victor still cares for her and will apologize and deny anything with Missy, but instead he's like, go away, and continues to hold on to Missy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, she's not a slut.
It's kind of fucked up.
It is.
It's pretty fucked up.
Like the girl code, but like.
But she dated him first, right?
Yeah.
So she had dated him, and then.
So then her friend was a piece of shit, right?
I mean, who's really in high school? I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know what to say on that one. You know,
yeah,
because everyone's dating everyone, and that happens like 8 times. Unfortunately, every guy you date in high school is going to date one of your friends at some point. Wouldn't you say?
Well, not best friends. They shouldn't.
I mean, I guess you're right.
But anyway,
yeah,
she wasn't a slut because he was single. I don't know. That was slut shame for no reason.
Oh,
sorry.
Well, 100% all of this is like slut shaming.
Yeah.
So Victor, he said that he heard her say, I'm going to kill that bitch, but did not obviously take it seriously because who fucking takes that shit seriously?
We say that all the time.
Yeah, literally every day. No.
Yeah.
So he and Missy argued with Laura at his house in Arleta. Me and my brother Noah and Missy had been standing in front of the house when Laura drove up. Laura wanted to know, why is Missy here, and ordered Laura to leave. And I ordered Laura to leave. Before she drove away, I'm going to kill that bitch. I didn't take the threat seriously, and I never reported it to the police. So now Missy, who's fighting with Laura, drifts away from Karen. And meanwhile, Karen and Laura are hanging out way more.
Oh, yeah.
So here's where everything's fucking, oh no.
Yeah.
Their, like, hatred for Missy is just at an unsafe level.
And Karen sounds kind of toxic anyway, so she probably was like, oh, we can bond over this, and then just, like, went in
100%
on her hatred.
Yeah. So in an attempt to make Missy look bad, you know, Karen starts more lies around school, basically telling a group of girls that she slept with their boyfriends. The angry girls stalk Missy, screaming at her, and they jump her.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So after the incident, a student approaches Missy and is like, Karen's the one spreading all these rumors about you. And she was like, Missy got mad at the girl for saying it was Karen's fault because Karen would never do that to her.
Oh, so she was loyal.
And way too loyal. And that's what Irene, her mom, like, feels really bad about, is like, she was so loyal to these girls when she shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
So Missy was ignoring the warning signs because Karen was doing everything to make her look bad, specifically around guys. And if a guy would flirt with her, Karen would, like, fucking sarcastically tease her and just make her feel shitty in front of guys. So Colby Canyon is a campground that's 45 minutes from Arleta, which is also known as Wiki Up. Local teens regularly go there to hang out. It's a party place, and so all three girls are really familiar with it.
Yeah.
In her junior year, here's another one. This is, so Missy ends up dating this guy, Randy, at a different time. So let's just, random little insert here.
Okay.
But Randy likes to party too much, so Missy breaks up with him. That is the guy that gets Karen knocked up. So really, Missy's the one who was dating these boys, and then
they were picking up her leftovers.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the guys would try to come back
to her.
Yeah. So Karen doesn't trust Randy. He's a player. And one day they're all at, like, I guess Randy and Karen were living together. And Randy, like, pulls Missy down on him and tries to, like, kiss him. And that's when Karen walks in and she's like, no. And so they get in a fight too. So now you're seeing this thing with Karen and you're seeing the other story with Laura.
Yeah.
So guns a-blazing, right? Like, you can...
I need to stand up for this.
I mean,
I'm
gonna
do it. It's going to be loud and...
Go for
I'm
it.
getting up because I'm ready for this.
Okay. So then, September of '85, this girl Eva Chirambolo, I don't know how to say her last name, so just Eva.
Yeah.
She's 17. She moves in with Karen.
Okay.
And Laura is employed at a bakery shop. I have no idea why I said that. Who cares that she was employed at a bakery shop?
Right.
So 12 days prior to the murder, Karen spots Missy at a local park and attacks her with a beer bottle. What? Slaps and pushes her before friends break up the fight. At this point, the plot is, like, this is the one that blows my mind.
Okay.
Because she literally attacked her with a broken beer bottle. She wasn't stabbed or anything, but, like, tried to attack her at a park.
I'm terrified of that. That sounds terrifying.
And yet she still goes, and so here's more. So several days before the murder, Karen and Laura pretend to apologize to Missy. And so she gets so excited that her two best friends are back in her life, and it's super noticeable. Her mom was like, she was so happy. Like, so happy.
That makes me so sad.
Yeah. So Karen has a fake talk with her, basically, and she says all these issues that she has with Randy. And Missy's like, break up with him. He's a player. You know, you can do better than that. And Karen's really mad because the guy didn't want her. Like, obviously. No one was in love with her, you know?
She sounds pissed about it.
Yeah. So on the afternoon of October 1st, 1985, Laura and Karen prepare to put their plan in action. So Laura calls Missy and asks if she wants to go hang out and go to Stonehurst Park and talk. Missy excitedly agrees and tells her mom her plan, saying, I'm going out with Laura. We're going to Stonehurst. Promise to be back by 8. I also read 6. I also read 4 hours later. Who fucking knows?
Yeah. We'll say it.
So when she leaves, she turns to her mom and she said, I love you. And she said that she never did that. She would she literally stopped that day and went and says, I love you, and hugged her mom. And she never does that. And Irene says, like, that's something that she didn't ordinarily do. And she said that scene haunts her even to today.
It's going to haunt me.
I know. Watch the fucking movie and it'll haunt you even more. Amazon Prime, $3.99.
Is it still on your TV? I'll just come watch it.
No, sadly it's already.
Such a mood.
Boop, boop. You're like, fuck that $4. So Eva is with Karen and Laura.
Okay.
And Missy as they drive out. There's 2 different cars.
Okay.
Eva is with, what's her face, Laura.
Okay.
And so they're super calm the entire time. Karen said that she and Laura planned to scare Avila. I didn't know what they had planned. I didn't know how far it was going to go. She had no idea. So on the way up, they're chatting. Missy's chatting with Laura. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess Missy's in the car with Laura on the way there.
Okay.
And So Karen and Eva follow in a different car. When they reach the forest, they like park in a dirt lot near a wooded area, which is located near the creek, that Colby Canyon Creek. Laura and Karen get out of the vehicle and they begin to yell at Missy, who is still sitting in the passenger side. So they just in the movie, they fake fight, like Laura and Karen get in a fake fight, and Missy gets out to like stop the fight, and they attack her. But in this one, so I don't know which version, because that movie was really, really accurate. So I don't know if it might just be this article. Yeah. But they are screaming at her, and Missy, she starts crying. The girls force her out of the car, and they begin to get physical. They're shoving her, they're pushing her, they're calling her names, accusing them of sleeping with their boyfriends. Eva's sitting in the car watching from a short distance. She gets out, but everything's getting so fucking intense, and she's like, she doesn't know what to do. This poor girl.
Yeah, what's she?
She is just an innocent bystander who was living with, like, had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, she just...
And nothing to do with anything.
Wow.
And she, like, Missy, who was just, like, she was laughing and listening to music, like, 2 seconds ago, is, like, now being attacked
so Laura
by her best friend.
Like, being fine to just
this was their plan. Yeah.
That's...
This was their plan, was to isolate her in this area.
Wow. Okay, sorry.
So there's nowhere to run. No one can hear her. Laura grabs her by the wrist and pulls her, telling her, let's go for a walk. Oh, she's still crying. Karen comes up and pushes her towards the wooded area. All four of them walk towards the embankment, and Laura and Karen are still screaming at Missy. Ugh. So Laura yanks Missy by her hair, and once again she accuses her of sleeping with Victor. She steps beside the creek and pushes Missy towards Karen, who in return shoves her to the ground, making her lose control of her purse. Everything falls in this like muddy area. In everything else I saw, she didn't have a purse on her. And then no one talks about that purse again, so who knows if that happened. So Missy is frantic, and now she's like begging for forgiveness. Yeah. Because now she's realizing that they're not going to, like, she had thought that they were going to, like, jump her and, like, leave her there. Yeah. And, like, at this point, she's starting to realize,
that's not the
I
case.
Don't think I'm going to make it out of it. So she is now, like, pleading frantically. She's crying. Eva starts to run back to her car, and she can hear Missy screaming to her, asking her to stay and help her.
I mean...
So Eva...
What can you do?
And, like, she was terrified. Yeah. No, she was terrified. Because that was the other thing, too, is Missy is, like, 98 pounds.
That's what I thought.
Eva is very, very small, too.
Isn't Karen
and Karen is a big girl, and the other girl is really tall and terrifying. So,
yeah. What are you going to do?
She was like, I'm going to get killed, too.
Yeah. That's a hard decision. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. They literally talk about how, like, Karen is obese and intimidating, and that Laura is tall and aggressive. So she was way too afraid. So she ran back to where the cars were, and she's basically just, like, covering her ears. So they continue to beat Missy, mainly hitting her face. Her earrings are ended up, like, being ripped out of her ears, and they're clinging to her hair. So then they assume it's a knife. It could have been a rock. They cut off all of her hair and shove it in her face, saying... Now the boys aren't going to think you're pretty. That's why they attacked her face and her hair.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Psychological experts say it was an attempt to dehumanize the victim. Apparently it's done right. in a lot of cases. Laura's shouting, "You're going to pay for what you've done. You're going to pay for sleeping with our boyfriends." They begin to carry Missy, who weighs a mere 98 pounds, as I mentioned. Laura carries her feet. Karen carries her by the arm. And the other ones that I see, they push her down, and they're holding her legs and her arms and her head in six inches of water in a creek. And drown her. They drown her to death.
What?
Yeah.
What? And they didn't say they... Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So she's struggling, obviously, with everything she can, but she's just, like, she obviously knows she's going to die, and she's just too small. It was 8 inches deep. I read 6, and I read 8. And they forcibly hold her head under the water. She struggles for several minutes, and then they stop. They find a 4-foot, 100-pound log, and they carry it over, and they put it on her head and her neck.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Wow.
And look how pretty she is. Look how pretty she is.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. And her favorite thing was her hair.
Well, it is pretty.
It is very pretty. So I saw a few different things too. Like, they say that they calmly walk back to their cars and speed off. Missy's body lies flat and is still in the ankle-deep water with her face down. 1 foot lies placed over the other, and her gold little anklet is, like, still on. So Eva is terrified during the car ride. She's like, "What happened? Where's Missy?" She is told that she... suspense.
I was going to ask you where she was.
That she was drowned, and although both Laura and Karen appeared speedy and jittery after the murder, they showed zero remorse for their actions.
Bitches.
So whenever they said, a few minutes later, Karen and Laura joined me. This is Eva. Karen Severson jumped into her car and drove away. When I got into the car with Laura, she said, we killed Missy. I asked Laura, are you sure she's dead? Laura said she is. Then she said, Missy deserved to die because she slept with Victor.
What?
Yeah. So Missy fails to return home. And this is kind of like, there's going to be a few different kind of storylines, so I'm just going to pick one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you that fucking storyline.
Okay.
So her mom's at home. She gets a call from Laura, and Laura's like, hey, can I talk to Missy? And she's like, wasn't she with you? And she goes, no, I dropped her off with 3 boys in a blue Camaro a few hours
Very
ago.
Specific.
Yeah. A few hours ago. So, and then I saw a red Camaro, so who fucking knows the color. She's like, what? So then she calls Karen, and Karen was like, no, I'm at my niece, brother, someone's cousin's birthday, something.
Yeah.
So, like, they never find her. She sleeps on the patio, like, just waiting for her daughter to come home, and she never comes home. 3 days later, hikers made the grisly discovery when they stopped by the creek. They first see a piece. So one of them is the guy's, like, putting water in his face in the movie, and he finds her hair.
Stop.
And he's like, what? In this one, they say that they come up to the creek and they find her sock that came off during the struggle. Mm-hmm. And then they look up in the distance and they find a decomposing body in it. So
what? Sorry, what year is this again?
85.
Oh, so no cell phones. Poor Eva. Okay.
Yeah.
You told me this was going to piss me off. And
it gets worse. So
good.
So they're trying to figure it out. Karen is basically Irene's, like, it's her other daughter.
Yeah.
So she ends up sending them a sympathy card with a $20 bill in it. I have no idea why.
What?
I don't know, sis. I can't tell you anything about that. She ends up spending all of her time with Irene. And so she becomes obsessed with becoming Missy. So she moves in with Irene. Her fucking mom.
Stop.
She moves in with her mom.
Oh, I'm so
and
mad.
like she takes care of her daughter, and so she gaslights her all the time, trying to find this blue Camaro, making up stories about these guys. Like literally, her kids sit down with her and they're like, "You need to get Karen out of this house. She's making you crazy." And you're like, people are talking about you in town because she would just like run up to people like, "You killed my daughter," because Karen saying that one time they got lying about everything.
Oh my.
Yeah. So it like.
What a bitch.
Apparently she has a wall of like all these photos of like the story, like the police story. She like stares adoringly at Missy's birth or death certificate.
Who does? Karen does?
Karen. And then she tries to move into like Missy's room and Karen's like, no.
Stop it.
Yeah. She tries to like wear her clothes. She wears her makeup.
We know the clothes aren't going to fit because you've mentioned 300 times that
she's, I know. Well, apparently it was an important thing for everyone to know.
Thick.
The cops, honestly, they don't suspect them. They're at the funeral. They're mourning. You know, Severson, which is Karen, she does seem to be obsessed with the murder. She does visit the grave several times a week. She covered the wall of her room with pictures of Avila and the newspaper clippings of the crime. She constantly goes to the creek where she killed her. And then she also tells Irene that I see her ghost.
You told me I was going to hate this bitch, but I don't think I realized the extent.
Yeah.
Because fuck her. Fuck both of them, but really fuck her.
And this is her cute little mom.
That's her.
So in this article, they're like, it took 6 months for them to figure it out. In the movie, it took 1 year for them to figure out. In real life, it took 3 fucking years.
Stop it.
3 years for them to figure it out. And let me tell you how. Eva's brother committed suicide. And she felt the loss of her brother. And the guilt had killed her. That she went into the police department after her brother killed himself and told them the truth. Because she said, what I've been going through has been so horrible. Yeah. I think I never knew what Irene was feeling. I need to give closer to the family.
Was she scared?
She was afraid. They made her move away. She moved away.
Oh.
Like she left.
Like she was.
Left town. Like.
Oh.
Like from.
Because she lived with Karen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then Karen was like, you don't live here anymore.
Yeah. So it took 3 years, and it was all because of Eva's brother committing suicide. She falls into depression, realizes what happened, so she goes and tells. She didn't get anything. She didn't get...
I mean,
that was the thing. She was like, am I going to, like... And they're like, no, you're not. We don't want you. You had nothing to do with it. You were scared, blah, blah, blah. I don't know that would be the case today.
I was thinking that when you said that. Yeah. But I'm glad...
Well, if you had a cell phone.
Yeah.
That's the whole big thing. Is if you had a cell phone, they would have been able to ping and know that, there's so many things that could have happened. So in March of 1990, Severson and Doyle were convicted of second-degree murder because the jurors later said they were not convinced that the murder was planned, and they rejected the first-degree murder charge. But what's interesting to me is they both get sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. They end up doing 23 years and 22 years. So 23 years goes to Karen because Karen was the ringleader. Laura was the follower, though she did a lot of fucking active. She played a very active role in this.
Yeah.
She got 22 years.
Wait, are they out?
They are out.
Stop.
Where
are they?
Well, let me tell you.
I didn't know you were going to fire me up today.
I fucking talk about gaslighting. So, Karen, Google this shit later. It will make you fucking flip you will flip a car. Not a desk, a car. So, not only does Karen get out of jail, she writes a book about murdering Missy. Truly. She truly writes a book.
Who published this?
About killing her. Oh, it has. If you look it up right now, firstly, it's a memoir about the crime and her time in prison. And she also wanted to get a movie made. And the book is like, I should have written it down, but fuck that. It was something like the crime I had or the life I lived and what I did. Something like that. And it's her police photo. It is like 1 or 2 stars. Everyone on it loses their mind about it. Like it's a free book. The Missy's family sued her for it because she obviously was trying to make profits on the sales. Yeah. And so there's a Missy's law. Good. So the state of California had this law and it was but the Son of Sam law. Oh. And then because of that situation, it stopped and then they did it again and it's called Missy's law. Good. And it requires entities who are publishing who are helping publish works made by criminals to contact the families of the victims. So that's all they did was have to contact them. At the end of the day, she still got to publish it, but I don't think she makes any money off of it.
I hope she fucking doesn't.
I don't think she does. And I say that because it's a free book or something on. Like they don't charge for it, I think is what it is. Yeah. This is Karen Doyle now. Or not Karen Doyle, Laura Doyle.
Where's that
So, bitch? I don't fucking know. So apparently
she looks like a witch.
Yeah. Apparently she had a I don't know, pen pal shit to police. Like, she was still trying to, get guys. It's weird. I don't know where she is now. You can't find her.
Really? Oh, that's what you said at the beginning.
Yeah. The fun fact on Laura is there is a famous Laura Doyle who's adorable, and she's a self-help book writer.
So not her.
And it is not her. So if you look her up, I was like, oh my God, she got cute. Things happened to... And I was like, oh... Christian writers. I was like, not her.
Well, hopefully she's living under a bridge somewhere.
Yeah, she was always the one in the drugs, so I'm sure her nose sniffed those out like a truffle pig.
Like a what?
Like a truffle pig.
What's it called?
A truffle pig.
I don't know what that is.
A truffle pig is a pig that is trained to find truffles, which is like a mushroom.
What?
Yeah,
I know what a truffle is, but truffle pig.
Huh. Yeah, that's how you find them. It's by truffle pigs. They go out there and smell them. Yeah.
Okay, I have so much to Google today.
So let me tell you about Karen, because this is the part that's going to really suck. So Karen's out of jail now, and she does a fucking tour for this book.
No, you're
truly.
Not.
And do you know what she does in it?
Go to the La Quinta.
Victim shames Missy.
No.
Mm-hmm. She goes in there and she was like...
Okay, sorry.
No, it's on the news. It was the news. It was in news interviews. And she, even at 48 or however old she was in it, she was like, yeah, I wrote a book about my life. Like, this is the attitude, everyone. I'm inflecting on what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote a book about my life and what I did. And I can do whatever I want because I can write books about my life. And they go, and what did she say? She goes, at the end of the day, Missy knew exactly what she was doing, and she never even said sorry.
What?
Yeah, she still thinks that it was okay for her to have killed her.
This is insane. Can we go and fight her?
Honey, she's really big, apparently.
Well, shit, the doctor tried to tell me I'm obese too, so.
I don't, she looks...
Let's wrestle, because I'm going to fuck you up, because I'm mad.
I know. And so Irene was like, they interview her, and then they interview Irene, and she's just bawling her eyes out. I'm sick to my stomach. Now she's out. My daughter's still dead. And now she's trying to make money on discussing killing my daughter. The book's out there. I didn't read it, obviously, mostly because we only give ourselves 7 days to figure all of this stuff out.
I know. Let's go and let's put bad reviews on there.
I don't think the reviews can get worse than what they are. The whole world said, fuck you, cunt.
Good.
Yeah.
I can't. Okay.
People are the people who did read it literally read it because it was free. And they...
Just to get more angry we are right now.
Pretty much. And to see just how bad it was. Because she looks like a dumpster fire and talks like a dumpster fire.
Missy.
That is sadly the murder of Michelle Avila by her best friends.
God.
I told you shit gets me riled up.
I mean, I need to go work out again.
The worst thing is like
so
seeing a
mad.
movie where I have all the like thought, like the images in my head, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and I'm like, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, my queen.
Who was she in the movie again?
She was Missy. She's the one that got murdered. It was fucking horrible. It was so sad.
She'd be
because they show the whole
though.
thing.
Oh, they do.
They do.
Well,
but because of this, I think Travis and I are going as Zach and Kelly from Saved by the Bell for Christmas. Or for Christmas?
For Christmas?
Yeah, we're going to do it for Christmas.
Oh, you're going to do Christmas costumes?
Yeah.
That's cute. I'm in. Will told me last night that he would be Elf, but I don't know how I feel about that now that I haven't had 40 vodkas.
For Halloween or for Christmas?
For Christmas.
Oh, that's cute.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, wait.
I meant for Halloween, but now that you guys are doing Christmas costumes, I feel like we should.
I mean, I'll do a Christmas costume.
I mean, I only have 382 ugly Christmas sweaters, so let's add another tote to the collection.
Go for it.
I mean, I do.
I know. I do know.
I'm like Kim Kardashian. I can't wear the same one twice.
Right.
In one of the many ways I am like a Kardashian.
Yes. It's a long, long list, guys.
I know. Well, speaking of long, this episode was a little long, but worth it.
I think they're going to get longer because we're just doing more research.
We're dabbing in harder.
Because this storyline wasn't really that complicated, and you still got a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
you know?
mine was too. And I cut out a lot of the Charles shit. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm angry that these bitches are still out. Like,
they went to jail. But they definitely got out.
I feel like 5 minutes for what they did. That's like jail time for 5 minutes. They should have been in there forever.
I mean, it's an absolutely horrible, horrible.
And the fact that she doesn't care.
It's one thing to have been shot very quickly.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have had your hair chopped off.
Yeah.
Drowned and beaten.
Yeah.
Just like the sweet baby angel of yours that
like
had...
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Well, thanks for listening, guys and gals.
So, long story short.
Long story long.
If you've also seen that thing about Pam, friends will kill you.
Oh, yeah.
So we should probably
be nice.
Keep our eyes peeled. Don't fuck each other's boyfriends. Or not even. Because she didn't.
Yeah.
Don't be a bully.
Yeah.
If you have a friend that's kind of creepy and out there... Probably shouldn't have invited him into the circle. I don't know. Because it's like, what, bring him in further? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. You just gotta pay attention to people if they're gonna crack. Yeah. And don't assume that people won't kill you.
Yeah, well, we've already made a deal that we're not gonna do that. So luckily we don't have to worry about that.
Right.
I was like, please agree with me. Or
no, I was like, what do you mean? I don't agree to that.
You never signed that contract.
Yeah, that was not in our friendship agreement. So just kidding. All right. Well, thank you all so much. Please like, subscribe, follow,
rate, review,
recycle.
We're all over recycle.
Yeah. Right? No.
That's a good thing to do also.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, you're going to say we were also on something.
Oh, we're on everything.
Oh, okay.
All of the, basically now you can even ask your Alexa to play us.
Do it.
And it will, oh my gosh, I want to try that when I get home. I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
So exciting.
Yay. Well, we love you guys.
Okay, bye.